strengthening its voice so that the voice of our residents will also be strengthened. That's it.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All right, so it's been moved, seconded, nominated, all now. Close discussion. Discussion total. There's no, we're closing nominations for vice chair, correct?
And that's what we're doing. Those nominations.
All right, all in favor of closing nomination? Aye. Okay, thank you. All right.
Nice. Close nomination. Then you vote.
We have the vote.
Then we vote on both nominations and then you vote on it.
Okay, so nominations are now closed. All in favor, of having Alder Palmer introduce the vice chair? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nobody opposed, none opposed. All in favor, we all said aye. Any discussion? No further discussion, correct? All right, so it passes and it carries. We are vice chair. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so. Yeah, so we do have more officers. Alder Jeanette Morrison does wish to continue as treasurer, and I would like to nominate her as treasurer. She could not be because she had a family emergency. Second. Yes. So, any discussion? She seconded. So, all in favor? Aye. Aye. And any opposed? Okay, seeing none, the ayes have it. All right, so we will now close nominations. We'll close nominations for treasurer at this time. Any other nominations for treasurer? All right, none, seeing none. The ayes have it. Alder Jeanette Morrison will be treasurer. Thank you for bearing with me throughout this nomination process. We will make sure we notate our other positions that are available in case you all are willing to fill them and want to fill them. We can go further with that. So
The other nominations.
we also have secretary, we have parliamentarian and chaplain, I believe we got chaplain. Which anybody in this room currently interested in any of those before we move on? Or do you wish to think further about that?
I'd like to make a nomination, Madam Chair, if I might. That's a nominate for the same secretary.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Alder Turtle.
I always consider all this thing as our senior strength. And this is not age, this is wisdom. And that's will do an excellent job being able to fulfill the responsibilities of secretary, but state Caucus. It's so much more than just writing down notes, but it's I don't even know whether that's necessary because everything is recorded now. But it's just a matter of being able to recall what's being spoken about and coming with the order and making sure that things in the background that needs to be done. And I think he's more than qualified as a businessman to be able to do these things. And so I hope that you would support this nomination.
Alder from Ward 23. I also support the nomination. And even though you don't have to take notes because it's a lot that has to be done. And Alder Singh is always here. He always show up. And it's important for the leadership to have someone that can remember what was said in the last meeting, that can come and, just make sure everything is right for when it's shared with here. And I haven't, been to a meeting where all the same was. Sometime when I was here, because I go back and look, so I think it's really important. And I want to say, like, thank you for stepping up for our office, because we have a lot of rebuilding. I would like to make a comment as well, just for discussion. What we're saying, I agree with what Father Furlow and what Madam President said about you. We're on it. And we do appreciate you, and we look forward to having you help us build up better and get things done and moving around here. And you are always here. I would like to just say for the record, all they're saying is oftentimes the first one to pay his dues in full for the year too. And we thank you for that as well. So thank you for stepping up to the plate, and thank you, Alder Furlow, for getting him to do. We appreciate it.
I did not push.
All right. Any further discussion?
Madam Chair. I as well support Alder Singh, and I have to say he is very calm, so this will be an added person to the board, where when things go a little bit and we're a little bit erratic, he will say, okay, we're gonna take our breath. And he'll write it down if he has to. And moving forward, I'm very excited for Alder Singh to hold this post as secretary. So thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other discussion at this time? All right, seeing none, a vote is in order. Are there any more nominations at this time? Seeing none, nominations are now closed. We will now hold our vote and for Alder Singh to become secretary of our Black and Hispanic Caucus. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Seeing none,
Don't have to.
okay.
I'm
sorry. Okay. So the ayes have it, Alder Singh, you are now.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Manjaro, thank you for your kind recognition of me. I just want to say I do take this body very seriously. I do take being an alder very seriously in and out of this office and in and out of this chamber. And in Black and Hispanic Caucus, it's close to me. Because like Madam President said, there's a lot of work needs to be done, and we need to be out there, and especially males figure out there, because we have so many youth out there that need someone they can have some direction to look, forward to working with, someone they can approach and help. Because you never know, what someone is going through, just on high or help, just open up some. And it's a pleasure working with the Black and Hispanic Caucus, Madam Chair and Madam Vice Chair. And you have my full support. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we are done with our nominations. We're gonna move on. Any old business? Old business? Okay. No old business. All right. We are going to now move further along. We're gonna remind, we will send you an email of the treasurer's report every month. And if you have questions, please make sure you reach out, but we will send an email with our treasurer's report included. And we do like to remind people to put their dues, send their dues in. You can leave a check, you can leave cash, you can even do it electronically, and we can send a reminder out about that. For new business, we do have a few donation requests. We have one from Alder Douglas, and you will have the letter, you should have a letter in your packet. And it's basically about the upcoming Men's Health Awareness Expo Community Walk. That walk is organized to promote wellness, preventative care, and community engagement among residents in the city of New Haven. This important initiative is being presented in partnership with community stakeholders committed to addressing health disparities and encouraging healthier outcomes for men and families throughout our neighborhoods. So this we will probably get an official flyer soon with the date and the location in which is being held this year. This was a great event last year, and I remember that. But you will see the letter. So in support of the community effort, they're requesting a donation of a $300 contribution from our Black and Hispanic Caucus. The funding will be used to assist with the event-related needs and to help ensure the program, goes forward and it's meaningful and accessible to the community in which we all serve. And it's signed Honorable Frank Douglas Jr., Ward 2 Alder. That is one of our requests. Our second request, you should see a donation request letter from Team Summit. It says, "Good day, Caucus members. They're happy to be here again and thank us for supporting it previously. They're growing and this year they're planning multiple shows starting next month, actually. And they're here to invite us to the show. And they are asking for the maximum donation, which is $300 at this time. Actually, it's from Miss Renasia Baldwin. Would you like to come up and talk about your event? Thank you.
Hello, chairs.
No, close it down.
Oh,
Mhm.
And that's all right. And you can say your name and address.
Hello, my name is Renee Baldwin. My address is 43 Victor Drive, New Haven, Connecticut.
Thank you.
I'm good, and yourself?
All right. Did you want to just give us a briefing on this or?
Yes. Okay. So the Twin Summit Show is a live community event at the Q House featuring talented local artists across diverse genres. The show's purpose is to celebrate New Haven's culture, vibrancy, provide a platform for emerging performers, and create a space where talent and artistry can bring the community together.
Thank you. Any questions from committee members? Caucus members? No? All right. Thank you, Ms. Baldwin. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your comments. All right, so those are our donation requests.
Yes.
that we
Thank you, Ms. Baldwin.
And we do also need to do our requests and just do our vote on our funding that we typically give to the senior centers, as well as the New Haven Scholarship Fund and the Hispanic Firefighter Scholarship Fund. So we typically give them up to $1,000 each for our senior centers and those two scholarship funds. So those are issues that we need to take care of tonight. So.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I make a motion that we give the $300 donation to the entity that you just mentioned. And the young lady that came before. I actually attended the sessions for the men's counseling. It was open to going to, and it was impressive the information they had about men's health and stuff. I was impressed by it. And we say we need more men in everything. We need more men paying attention to their health. We need more men standing up, especially getting these young men involved, because when you're younger, sometimes, we don't think about our like and stuff like that. So I think that's really important. And that's why I'm in support of these initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Augustine?
Madam Chair, I'm also in favor of all of the donation requests that came into the caucus. I'm in favor of it.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All right.
I second it. You didn't second it. So, yeah, we didn't.
Thank you. So the motion has been moved, made and seconded. All right, we will now go to a vote. All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? No, seeing none. We will grant those donation requests.
And this is including $1,000 also, we done that.
I was gonna say, do we need to do that separate? I think I misspoke.
I'm sorry, I did not include that in my first. I thought we would handle that separately. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thanks. Other,
Madam Chair, I make a motion, or I move that we give the $1,000 to all of the organizations that you mentioned previously, which would be the senior firefighters,
and the New Haven Scholarship,
and the scholarship, so there are three,
yes,
totally $3,000.
no. We give 1,000 for the 3 senior centers, just for correction. We give them 1,000 each, the 3 senior centers,
Okay,
and 1,000 to each of the scholarship funds,
so that's $6,000 in total,
5,000.
3 senior centers,
And 2.
firefighters.
And the New Haven Scholarship funds.
3 senior centers.
3 centers,
So you have
the New Haven Scholarship Fund,
4.
and then the Hispanic firefighters, that's 5,000.
I'm in my motion to say that, I move that we give $1,000 each to the 3 senior centers. $1,000 to the firefighters and $1,000 to the New Haven Scholarship Fund, totaling $5,000.
Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? All right, a vote is in order. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the vote has carries and passed. We will be awarding the $5,000 to the senior citizen scholarship funds. Thank you very much for that. Right, let's see what we have up next. If you would look in your packet, we do have an event coming up. It says it's the 3rd annual generationally, or Gen, I call it Gen, Generationally Enhancing Males Conference. And it's gonna be held Thursday, May 7th, 2026, 9 to 1 at John Lyman Center for the Performing Arts on Crescent Street. And if you look at this, it is currently the only conference in the country known to specifically honor 100 young men of color through its dedicated 100 Young Men of Color Award ceremony. And this event is unique in its scale and focus. It spotlights middle school boys of color for their achievements, potential, and leadership. And through formal recognition ceremony, workshops, and mentorship. And it has some of the data in the back, if you will, go to the back and look at it. And it gives you their 2025, it tells you the number of students, which was over 600. Over 25 schools, and they had over 750 attendees. And it also just breaks down the guests, the speakers, and the demographics. So if you want to look further into that, we do have that information here. And this, they're not asking us for anything but to give out the information at this time. So let's make sure we share this information with our networks and our community. I think that would be a great thing. Let's see what else we have. I see no other business here.
We have other business.
I'm going to say, what's our other business today? Order from Ward 23.
Here, I think we should start thinking about our speak. It's gonna come up upon the second meeting of April. We need to reach out to other caucus members if they have any ideas and thoughts. I think the speech needs to be really thoughtful. It's a lot going on, not only in the world, it's a lot going on in the. We just sat through hearing how resources are lacking in the city, and we know that because every day we're fighting for more money and more resources for our city. And you know, it's tough to sit there and listen to all the needs of everyone, especially kids, especially in the Black and brown communities. And really not having the resources to do what we probably would do if we had them. So I think we need to be really thoughtful and start thinking about the speech today. Because it's gonna come really fast. And we have to really, speak for the many constituents that are. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other comments or business?
Just as there's a point of discussion, I wonder if it might be feasible to separate a date to practice or go over the speech. Maybe we should get that, this was gonna be here.
Tomorrow?
Quick.
I think when we get some time, we can brainstorm and speak something so we can work as a brainstorm. And then we can develop a speech from that, a public terms.
I agree.
What topic we can work on as said. So let's come up with a team and work some thought on that.
Thank you.
But we, it's on the 20th, April 20th.
So we're looking. I mean, now, like, we're from the 15th. To the 18th, the 8th. And so if we narrow it down. Because by the weekend, we should have it down. We shouldn't be in practice mode by the weekend, because Monday is what to look. So, yeah. So we can just corner off those days on Wednesday. 15th.
We're looking something like 15 minutes for time. Speed. A little bit more. 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel a lot of people.
Yeah. So we'll do something.
Yeah.
15
Something out.
Run through this. One thing that comes to mind is you or you. It's one thing that comes to mind.
And it's good. We had a lot of children involved in not so much children. I was looking at the statistics that they run, but involved in violence, period. During a lot of the shootings, our last 5 shootings were kids between like, I think they said, I want to say they said 15. Don't quote me on that. It might be 18, but it was the 15. It was 15 and under crowd. And that's why the city now is trying to start that program with the youth department and a police department that they talked about at the Board of Ed that reached the middle school kids.
So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
With this. Speak about the kids' environments and the resource we have with the youth department, the camp for the police, that's on board. So there are some resource there that the kids could go.
Yeah.
You know, one shots fired on Upper Street just.
Well, I'm gonna show you some sentences over here.
Yeah,
but
so Madam Chair, I also absolutely, I'm gonna piggyback on what everyone said, and especially about our youth. But I think if we can circle the parents in some way that, they're hearing the speech, and getting involved with their kids. I know that as a parent that has had kids and grown up here, sometimes the kids, their parents are old. You don't know what's going, you're not in my realm right now. My friends are important to me, but I think that the youth and seeing what's happening, somehow that speech captures the parents as well, for them to understand that there are folks in this community, that there are folks in these chambers that care about our youth. And for them, I know, I'm sorry, I get the time, but I think that circling them in as well, so hoping they hear that message, so that they can come forward and get the things when they see that their child is strength. And that they get involved with the school systems if they see an issue. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So it sounds like what we're gonna do, oh, I'm sorry, you.
No, because I could talk about this a little.
Yeah,
I know.
so we're gonna, so we're gonna get together,
Mm.
we're gonna speak to our other caucus members and get our speech together.
And now,
Get suggestions on what we wanna make sure we're hitting on in our speech. And we are gonna collectively we came up with dates and we're gonna make sure we're practicing, we have our speech down and everything. And make it effective. Understand?
part of a resource of our tour, the health department, you know, they have this resource for school vaccination for parents and kids there, you know, that's part of a resource we can mention to our health department that provide a lot of resource for our parents and youth, especially with school retention and things like that.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't know that. Working with you all on this. Right, any other business? No, so we took care of our donation request. We took care of our speech. All right, so our next meeting date is set for April 8th. Wait, is this the updated one? I believe it's April 8th, according to this sheet. So. It is the 8th, okay, April 8th, 2026. Okay, and that is our next one, and it's gonna focus.
And that at 6, we'll be at 6. Normal time meeting at 6.
Thank you. And if something changes, we will get it out to you in advance. All right, we have no more business. Ward 23.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Motion has been made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the ayes